like you said correctly, companies are pivoting towards addressing them, trying to lean on them harder, that this kind of earnings will come because of the size of the population.
No. I'm saying population size. You are asking Nifty and Sensex.
No, I'm getting down to earnings.
No,
basically.
in earnings itself, you have to, the Nifty and the Sensex is dominated by IT and banks. If banks' earnings don't grow at 25%, Nifty earnings cannot grow at 25%. By restricting personal loans and by restricting retail credit, you have made sure banks cannot grow at 25%.
Yes, but banks are
a substantial portion. Without the bank Nifty being very supportive, the Nifty cannot go up. When the bank Nifty is down, at best you can do is to keep the Nifty at plus or minus 20.
Yes, but their argument is now that, like you rightly said, bank needs to give more loans. That's how they're doing their business, right?
Yeah, no. More loans. Listen to me. They can give more loans. RBI is saying don't give loans to.
Yes, that's what I'm addressing.
This K-shaped recovery.
Yes, the specific question I'm addressing, what you're saying. So, because of that mandate from the RBI, that's why we're seeing in high-end apartments, high-end cars, even Maruti Suzuki and even Kia, they're all pivoting towards high-end value cars. These guys are taking kinds of loans to see, like buying.
Yeah, they won't give you loans.
But these guys are in the higher tier of society, no?
This is exactly the loan they have stopped.
I mean, if I want to buy in the new Tower Plaza, which they're going to build, Crown Plaza, they will not give me a loan for 35 crores, 40 crores.
It will be very difficult.
It will be difficult. That's where RBI is squeezed, you're saying.
That's where RBI is squeezing. In cars, in personal loans, and housing loans is where they are taking.
Correct. So I want the audience to understand, RBI is not squeezing at the lower end. RBI is also squeezing on the across the board.
Squeeze.
Yes. RBI also feels the market is running away by itself.
The credit market is running by itself.
Yeah, he's saying it has no concept of reality. So it is better to help the market, jolt some reality into the market by squeezing the market.
Exactly.
Okay, that was the main.
And then IT companies are showing negative growth. So even before there's a recession.
Very true.
If there's a recession, it's going to get worse. And there is no signs of it's getting better because they are not adding people. Somebody quits, they are saying, thank you very much, you go. We'll put some, we are not recruiting anybody. So two major pillars of your Sensex and the Nifty are not showing earnings growth.
And there's no prospect with the current policies from the RBI, the tightening which RBI wants to do. The road to easy growth has also been blocked.
Yeah, and then there are three other companies which are there in the Nifty and Sensex, which is IT, Unilever and Nestle, have never shown 25% growth because they are working on a very large base. So these three chunks are not going to show growth. One is IT, the other is banks, and third is the FMCG companies, represented by ITC, HUL and Nestle, are not in a position to show 25% growth. If these three guys don't show 25% growth, the rest of the earnings have to grow at 50% to compensate for this. Okay.
And there are some extreme viewers also who feel that most of the wind which was sucked out of this man's sale, Adani's sale, now that the Hindenburg this is their view, not mine. So
it's true.
Yes, that it is in the rearview mirror, and now the policies are favoring that he will be able to run away success he'll do, and whatever failings there are in the other sectors, the Adani sector itself will scoop up and lift everybody up.
No, there is a problem. First of all, their opinion is right. Adani has weathered the storm brilliantly. And the government is backing him, and definitely he is out of the woods. But what he cannot scoop and take everybody is because his only consumer facing business, Adani Wilmar, which he is put on the block. The rest of them are all infrastructure companies and power companies. Historically, utilities have not grown at 30-40%. So his companies will not be able to go at 30-40%. They will take a lot of investment and will continue to grow over a long period. But airports won't grow at 40% volume. Ports won't go 40% volume. When your total imports and exports are down, ports are not going to grow at 30 to 40% volume.
But what is your view that because China's and US are cold shouldering each other, and there's a pivot of a lot of companies entering. Even recently, Gogoro, a Taiwanese EV manufacturer, is committed to spending $1.5 billion in Maharashtra, setting up infrastructure to manufacture the bike and also set up terminals, recharging terminals. These kind of investment coming in, don't you think this IT slowdown will be offset by all this new infusion of industry?
Somebody has to buy the scooters. Gogoro is a scooter.
Yes.
Right?
They're hoping to sell in India.
Hoping to sell in
They're
India.
not planning to export.
Yeah. There are 5 or 6 people who are already trying to make scooters and sell in India. When people itself are not able to find jobs in IT sector and banks are saying don't lend money, how will they buy an IT scooter for 1.5 lakhs? So how many people you know in the middle class save up 1.5 lakhs to buy a two-wheeler? Not many.
Correct. There are many. You spoke about this in our same channel yesterday, Anand, about this, of course, this Muthoot.
Yeah.
But a lot of our viewers, of course, unfortunately, are not native Hindi speakers and found it difficult to understand. I've been asked in Instagram to please ask Anand's humble opinion in a short brief to say it in English.
See, Muthoot Fincorp is a sister company or a brother company of Muthoot Finance. The promoters are separated. They are from the same family. So they were together for many years and they have separated some 10-15 years ago. So they call the red Muthoot and the blue Muthoot. The blue Muthoot is a public company, privately held. But they have also grown very fast. They sponsor some IPL teams and all that. And their bonds have done extremely well. So what has now happened is they have decided to go public. So they decided to go public with their subsidiary, which is a Fincorp company. That is a microfinance company. They are India's 4th largest microfinance company. And they are asking for a premium of 277 to 291, of which 250 crores, the money they are raising is 950 crores.
Anchor investors, yes.
Yeah, and 250 crores is going away to the promoters are taking the cash. 750 crores is going into the company to boost the capital structure of the company. When you are buying India's 4th largest company at 275 rupees, then I have to take a look at what is India's largest company doing. India's largest company, microfinance company, is a company called Ashirvad, which is a wholly owned subsidiary, or more than 90% subsidiary of Manappuram, where the original promoter has some small stake. Now they are also filed a draft prospects. If I am getting 95% of Ashirvad plus Manappuram for 175 rupees at a very low P/B ratio of less than 8 or around 8. Why will I go and subscribe to play lottery in a company which is going public today in a heated environment, which will list at double the money and I can do listing gain.
Correct. That's what everyone's looking at. Unfortunately, majority of our viewers are now just randomly throwing at IPOs, hoping listing gains and to liquidate.
Yeah, but that is not a long-term view of
that's not how we invest.
That's not how I invest.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense for me to buy a certainty in my Manappuram and wait. Instead of considering this, I would consider Manappuram and wait. Because when the public issue that hits, Manappuram will spike. And in the long term, Manappuram will do better. And every quarter, I am getting dividend. Whatever there were clouds on Manappuram about his promoter has been quashed by the Kerala High Court.
True.
So I think this is a better strategy.
Okay. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you. आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुना, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ। अगर आपको इस वीडियो पसंद आया, इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। बेल नोटिफिकेशन दबाएं, क्योंकि अगर बेल नोटिफिकेशन नहीं दबाएं तो हर बार हम जब वीडियो अपलोड करेंगे आपको नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आएगी। तो हो सके तो इस वीडियो को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और देखने की आग्रह करें। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय हिंद। नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। जनवरी के महीने में मैं त्रिवेंद्रम आ रहा हूँ। त्रिवेंद्रम में आपसे मिलूंगा। जो भी मुझे त्रिवेंद्रम में मिलना चाहता है, नीचे दिए हुए जीमेल में trivandrummp@gmail.com में मेल भेजें और या नीचे दिए गए व्हाट्सएप नंबर में हमें संपर्क करें। धन्यवाद।